Okay, welcome everybody to a new episode. Today we're here at Namal with a startup called JoVo and the CEO and founder, Guy. Let's get right into the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself first.
First of all, thank you, Cedric, for having us and inviting us for an interview here. We appreciate it. My name is Guy. I'm 35 years old. I have a daughter and a son, and in a week from now I'm gonna have another daughter.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so the birth of her with the birth of my startup like combines together. I also have a dog, so if you want to know. And I'm here to present you to JoVo. JoVo, the initials is Jobs on Video, and basically what we try to create is bringing the new generation into the recruiting world and allow employers and candidates to communicate with each other by video when they apply to job positions, or from the other end when they review candidates applying for a job.
Very interesting. So you told me before you were like a serial entrepreneur. You did some stuff, interesting stuff in the past. Maybe you want to elaborate a little bit quickly, like what you did, and then we'll go right back into JoVo.
Okay, so in the past, I incorporated together with my brother a startup in the field of gaming. We try to do a game engine for game developers, helping them to bring their games to the mobile world. And now I'm here at JoVo.
Very cool. So the problem you're trying to solve is, I think, especially like to people who just graduated like recently and probably soon have to look for a job like me, is it's probably very obvious. I mean, like I really like, I don't mind the whole application process, but the moment like you get into the situation where you have to like maybe even work for free, you know, you have to apply to jobs. Tell me, like, how do you see that like a video might solve that problem?
So we basically solve the problem for the two sides of the equations. For the candidates, for people who are searching for a job, we solve a problem in a way that we allow them to present themselves not necessarily through like on a dry piece of paper, and express themselves in a situation, in a comfort situation in their living room, preparing for questions in advance and trying to think about the right answer and the way to express themselves the best in order to show who they really are. And from the other side, to the employers, we solve a problem on which they get tons of resumes, tons of pieces of papers, whether by emails from recruiters, from placement agencies. And when they see a person, they see the body language, they see how they answer questions, they have the way to evaluate who the person really are, and to collaborate with their team members to make some kind of a group discussion about the candidates. So the chances that they will invite a person who is irrelevant for the organization reduce dramatically. And also the candidates, they receive indication about their chances and the status of their application to the job. So both of the parties, they do not spend too much time on the application, and yet they bring like the optimization out of it.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So you're saying like the false positive, that's like
exactly.
This is the, if I remember correctly from one of the HR classes introduction, that's the problem you're trying to solve.
Exactly.
Very interesting. So tell me, like, so I want to apply to a job. What do I do?
So you take your mobile, like you do on most of the day in certain events, and you go to JoVo. So you can download JoVo from the App Store or from the Google Play. You search for the job that you're interested in. You press on it. You see a video of the company that you want to work or you're considering working for. You see the job description. You see the company description, and you get an idea about where are you going to apply to. Yeah. So after you got this and you are feeling right with it, you just press on the record button and answer several questions that are relevant for the job, for the company for which you apply, in a very intuitive way. You record yourself, you can edit the videos, you can think about the answer to the question before you record, and after that, what you basically do is just pressing the submit video, and the status of the application is in front of you, which in most cases will be pending until somebody decides otherwise.
So basically, it's do you edit the video before it's submitted, or?
Exactly. You can edit it. Well, we want to help the employers, the candidates, to bring the best out of them. So in most cases, when you're coming for an interview, you're a little bit excited, so you can say the wrong words, at least in the beginning, until things will go right. And with JoVo, you get a chance to see the question, to prepare it in your mind, maybe to record it, see how it went, send it to a friend, get their opinions, and after the entire process is done and you feel comfort with yourself, you can submit the video bringing the best of yourself.
Interesting. So let's talk a little bit about the market. I mean, the market is, like we discussed already before, you're not the person who is trying to disrupt the HR market, which is fine, because I guess the market is big enough for everyone. Tell us a little bit, what do you see where the market is going? In terms of video, in terms of texting, Snapchat you mentioned before?
Yes, what we believe that will happen in the next couple of years is that video will replace the way people communicate on mobile. We can see how Snapchat conquered the world, and Snapchat in its core value brings videos to the table, to your mobile device. We want to do the same thing with HR and job applications. We really believe in video, we really believe in mobile device, we really believe that the Y generation and the millennials from both sides of the table, because in the next couple of years millennials will get the recruiting jobs, sitting in the HR chair interviewing their friends. So they will feel very comfortable with the video, with the mobile device, and this is what we're trying to bring. About the market is huge. We're talking about a recruiting market that is exceeding, from what we know, more than $100 billion per year. So this is the recruiting market in the world. However, our market, which is smaller because it focuses on softwares for recruiting world, is about 5 to 7% of that market. Still a very big market, and I think it is still embracing new players, new incomers, and hopefully it will embrace JoVo.
I've heard once, just came into my mind, that recruiters spend about 5 to 7 seconds on a CV. Is that true?
What we know is that recruiters spend that amount of time, very similar to what you stated. I think that this is not the exact problem that we are trying to solve, because what we believe is that the recruiter can spend up to a minute with a candidate, but increase dramatically the chances to bring in the right candidate, the right person to the company, instead of waiving persons, because let's admit it, the Y generation and especially the Z generation, the millennials, or people that are over 40 or 50 years old, they in most cases have such a big CV in their hands that some recruiters will say, well, this person is overqualified, this person is underqualified, this person did not go to the right university. But if they see the person and they see how they express themselves, the chances that they will bring the right person for the organization increases dramatically.
For sure. In terms of fundraising, where do you stand at the moment?
So we talked with several investors who showed a deep interest in JoVo, and I hope that in the next 2 or 3 weeks we'll close a substantial round.
Interesting. So I wish you good luck with that. All the best. Thank you very much. Actually, maybe we'll mention that quickly how we met. That's very funny.
Yeah.
Basically, like there are a few WhatsApp groups here in Israel with a lot of entrepreneurs and startups, and that's how we met actually a few hours ago, and today we're already here recording. So that's very interesting. Thank you very much for that interview.
Thank you for having us.
And see you guys with another episode very soon.